Welcome to the channel. This is Nofakin Sports, bringing you the latest on the Oklahoma Sooners, hosted by David Kincaid.
All right, so what a lot of you have been calling for has happened. DeMarco Murray is gone. He is going to be serving as the running backs coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. When I was starting to see in my comments people saying, we need to fire DeMarco Murray, we need to fire Joe John Finley, we need to fire the offensive line coach, I told you guys to kind of pump the brakes on that a little bit because DeMarco Murray doesn't call run plays. That's on the offensive coordinator. Okay? So as far as what his job is, getting the recruits to come to the University of Oklahoma and then coaching those guys up so they can be good running backs, I think he's done a phenomenal job. That's why he is getting the opportunity that he is getting with the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if you guys remember, but just the year before last year, Ohio State was trying to steal him from us. So it's not that he's not a good running backs coach, because he is. And I hope that he goes to Kansas City and does a phenomenal job there and get the opportunities that he deserves. And then he comes back to the University of Oklahoma as the offensive coordinator and gets our run game going, because we desperately need it. But I want to kind of talk about DeMarco Murray and some of the names of running backs that he recruited, that he personally brought here. I'm going to go through them. Taylor Tatum. Taylor Tatum was the #1 running back consensus in the nation when he came to the University of Oklahoma. I actually came on here and said that DeMarco Murray is doing a hell of a job, because if I was a running back, why would I go to the University of Oklahoma? We don't run the football. But he still got a top running back to come here. Gavin Sawchuk. If you guys remember, Gavin Sawchuk was kind of a tandem when he came out of high school, and he was a highly sought after, blazing running back, and he actually played phenomenally well for us, even though he didn't get the opportunities that I felt he should have gotten more of. And he has some injuries, issues with hamstrings and stuff like that. But most times when you get fast running backs, they're going to have those soft tissue injuries. Javante Barnes never really panned out. He got some run. He was the leading rusher for us in 2024, but he never really just kind of got it going. It was always just really him not really seeing the field and running into the back of the offensive line and stuff like that. And I attribute a lot of that to film, because running backs should be watching film too, because you know the play and you know where it needs to go, and you can look at the defense and you should be able to tell where the hole is, going off of tendencies of defenses and how they play and how they react to the run and stuff like that. So I think Javante Barnes, I could be wrong. Maybe he just, I don't know, but he never really panned out. Xavier Robinson. Xavier Robinson is a bell cow. This is a phenomenal running back. Xavier Robinson, guys, reminds me of Ramondre Stevenson. He doesn't have a lot of wiggle to him, but he moves his hips enough to shed tackles. He runs through a lot of arm tackles just by subtle movement. And he runs strong, he runs powerful, and he's hard to take down. Torrey Blaylock. Torrey Blaylock was the yin to his Xavier's yang this past year. Torrey Blaylock, very explosive running back. When he hits the hole, he hits the hole. He don't care who's in the way. I think that him and Xavier Robinson should have gotten more carries, and we'll talk about that in a second, because we're going to get into the stats, of course. You guys know I love getting stats. And then Jonathan Hatton, highly sought after running back in this year's recruiting class, that has signed with the University of Oklahoma, that will be attending the University of Oklahoma and hopefully doing great things with us. Might even get some run this year. So let's go back to 2020. DeMarco Murray, as his first year as Oklahoma's running back coach, we had Ramondre Stevenson. And if you guys remember, that's when Lincoln Riley was here. Okay. We know that Lincoln Riley likes to run the football. 665 yards and 7 touchdowns. And Ramondre Stevenson had that hell of a game against Florida in that bowl game in which Florida said that we couldn't compete with them, and all he did was make them look stupid.
Getting in with that defensive line there. 2nd and 2. Stevenson to the outside. The block from Stogner pushes ahead, kept his balance, dances his way in. Every which way. Ramondre Stevenson.
In 2021, we had Kennedy Brooks. Kennedy Brooks went for 1,253 yards and 13 touchdowns. This was the last year of the Lincoln Riley era. And in that particular year, Bill Beatonbow was the co-offensive coordinator. Of course, Lincoln Riley called the plays, but Bill Beatonbow had a real big hand in being that co-offensive coordinator and helping with the run game and stuff like that. And honestly, I think Bill Beatonbow would be an amazing fit for offensive coordinator. I don't know why he hasn't gotten that opportunity. Maybe he doesn't want it. I don't know. 2022, this was the first year of the Jeff Lebby era and Brent Venables coming in, okay? Eric Gray, 1,366 yards and 11 touchdowns. So this was the 6 and 7 season, Dillon Gabriel's first season. Then we came back the second year, 2023. We didn't run the ball as much. Gavin Sawchuk had 744 yards and 9 touchdowns, and Tyree Walker pitched in with another 513 yards and 7 touchdowns. So you're looking at a total of about 1,257 yards and 16 touchdowns. I'll take it. Compared to what we're doing now, I'll take it all day, every day. Okay? So those are the 2 years under Jeff Lebby. So far we got Ramondre Stevenson, Kennedy Brooks, Eric Gray, and Gavin Sawchuk. What's wrong with our running backs? And these, other than Gavin Sawchuk, these weren't even his guys. So now we come in with Javonte Barnes. This is Seth Luttrell's season. We didn't run the football at all. Javonte Barnes had 577 yards and 5 touchdowns. And then this past season, 2025, Ben Arbogle's first year, y'all know how I feel about that and lack of running the ball. Torrey Blaylock and Xavier Robinson. Torrey Blaylock had 480 yards and 4 touchdowns. Xavier Robinson had 421 yards and 4 touchdowns. But y'all want to tell me we can't run the ball, but that's not the case because John Mateer led the team in attempts, but had 431 yards and 8 touchdowns. Maybe if we take those attempts away from him and give them to our running backs, they reach 1,200 yards and 16 touchdowns. Like you could have done with the Gavin Sawchuk and Tyree Walker year. So as far as DeMarco Murray and what he has brought to the University of Oklahoma, he has done a damn good job. He continued to bring running backs to the University of Oklahoma when we weren't running the football. We hadn't shown any recruits that we were a committed team to running the football. And he still got Jonathan Hatton to come to the University of Oklahoma. But y'all wanted him going, so now he's going. So over the next couple of years, we're going to see if these top-notch running backs are coming to the University of Oklahoma because of the brand, or if they're coming to the University of Oklahoma, or they were coming to the University of Oklahoma because DeMarco Murray was an NFL running back, led the NFL in rushing when he was with the Dallas Cowboys, and is a respected running back in the running back community as far as these kids that are coming up. He's not that old. They can go online and watch his highlights and not look at it like it's something from the 70s or 80s. And that's what a lot of these kids want. You look at what Colorado did last year with their coaching staff, having a bunch of NFL players, Warren Sapp and all those Phil Lodeholt from the University of Oklahoma, all those different NFL guys that are Hall of Famers and very good NFL players on their staff. That's why a lot of those kids wanted to go there. Same thing with Ohio State. And same thing with a lot of these programs around the country. Bring in NFL guys that were stars to coach these players. And you'll be better for it. But time will tell. Drop down in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think. I know I've been going for a while, man. I am switching. I just left my job because I got another offer to sell homes for LGI Homes. So I will be doing that, guys. I've just been really busy. I apologize, but I'm off until March. So I got nothing but time to bring you guys some good videos. Still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, man. So you guys help me out. I hope you enjoyed the content. Till next time. Boomer.